Next part of Word Project 4 um, is working with the other table in this document. And a couple of things we're doing to manipulate this table that's a little different than the last table, but still manipulation nonetheless. The first thing they show in the book is how to notice this table has an unnecessary or an extra column over here. If I click in this column and go under the layout tab, I can go to delete and say delete column, and it'll take that whole column away. What I want to do next, again, they just show this to show you different ways to manipulate a table. I'm going to click in the cell where Access is, and I still have my layout option selected. I'm going to split that cell. That means it's going to take one cell and break it into more than one. I'm going to break it into two columns. And what this lets me do is move Access, the word Access, over into this cell. And you'll see why we're doing that here in a few moments. Kind of doing this a little bit out of order from the book, but next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of the rows except for the title row and the bottom row. And like we did with the last table, is I'm going to sort this, and that puts it in the order that coincides with the book. Now I'm going to come back up here and manipulate this a little bit more. I wanted that Access to be over top of these items. That's why I split it that way. I will do some other items with the table here in just a moment. To get these kind of uniform, I'm going to highlight these three columns, and I'm going to click on Distribute Columns, and that kind of distributes them evenly. Just another way to do some formatting. I'm going to click over here in this leftmost column, and I'm going to actually insert a new column. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to highlight these cells except for the top cell, and I'm going to merge that. And they want us in here to put park fees text. Now to make this look really nice, I'm going to rotate that, and you can rotate it by using your text direction. And I'm going to use my Align button again. Now to get rid of this extra space here, I'm going to grab hold of the edge of the table and pull this in. Looking good so far. At some point you need to center this table. Just want to mention this. If you see in the upper left hand corner there's an area. If I click on that, it highlights the entire table. I can go to Home, and I can center that table in the middle of the page. Okay. A couple of manipulation type things we need to do is I want to get rid of these lines, these actual lines that are in the title. And the way you can do that is I'm going to click on just that row. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to Borders and Shading. This may be a little different than the way the book does it. I'm going to make my borders none. See if that gets rid of them. No, that did not get rid of them. Try this a different way. I can do it this way. I can say no borders. There you go. That's what I meant to do. And notice they're there in dashed lines, but they're not really there. Okay. Now I want this area to actually have a couple different items here. First and foremost, these lines need to be lined up better. I want to highlight the area other than the title area. I'm going to do a couple things. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go under Design, and I'm going to shade this with no color. Okay. Now I'm going to put a border. I still have these cells highlighted. I'm going to go under Border. I'm going to select all borders. Now notice how thick that is. Alright, if I don't want them that thick, I'm going to go to the bottom borders, and I'm going to say borders. I'll have it be black, and that makes it a thinner border. Okay, so a couple different ways you can do that. Again, kind of did it the way the book did it, but slightly different just to give you a different feel. What I'm going to do down here at the bottom is I'm actually going to type in, and you'll see why I'm type $sign in each of these. And I'm going to use a function that's built into Word, which a lot of people don't realize, is I'm going to actually total these to get an answer. And the way you can do that is if I click, I'm under the Layout tab. If I click here and go to Formula, it's actually going to put in here sum above. It'll add up the cells above that. Hit OK. I'll put a $sign in there for me. It may or may not put the $sign in there for you. Oh, I know what you need to do is if you change the number format, do the one with the single digit, no decimals. I should have done that for the first one. I'll go back and fix it. Do this one again. Have that $sign typed. And that looks pretty good. You'll notice the whole time I've been doing this, my paragraph button's been off. If it's on, it has these things that may be distracting to you. Entirely up to you whether you keep that on or keep that off. And that is how we can manipulate that table.